This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
Well, check this out, a fresh set for you. In the last 3 decades, Kentucky has beat Tennessee just once. The football Cats and Vols meet again this Saturday night. It's a Halloween showdown in the Commonwealth. Lauren Cash is in Lexington with more.
A disappointing road loss for the Kentucky Wildcats this past Saturday against Mississippi State, a 26-point loss to the Bulldogs down in Starkville. But now the Cats turn their attention to Tennessee, a team that head coach Mark Stoops says poses similar threats to the Kentucky defense.
They're a physical team with good size and good length and good strength across the board and its skill. I think a lot like last week, they put a lot of pressure on you in a lot of ways. I really respect the way they play defensively and how hard they play. I think they play with a great effort, and they're very well coached. And I think offensively the same thing as last week is they put a lot of stress on you in what they do. There's a lot of deception in what they do, and there's a lot of power in what they do. Their tailback is exceptional. Their quarterback is an exceptional runner, and and thrower at times, and they're really balanced, and they just put a lot of pressure on you. So they're a well-coached team, and they're physical. And again, I really respect how hard they're playing.
Both the Volunteers and the Cats are coming off losses from last week, and Kentucky's looking to get its first win against Tennessee in the Mark Stoops era. Reporting at Commonwealth Stadium, Lauren Cash, WYMT Mountain Sports.
All right, thank you, Lauren. The Volunteers come to Lexington Saturday. Last year, UT defeated UK 50-16 in Knoxville. This game on the SEC Network, 7:30 kick time. And also, we did learn today that the Georgia game next Saturday, November 7th, is set for a noon kickoff on either ESPN, ESPN2, or the SEC Network. A new episode of Chalk Talk airs tonight at 11. Lauren sits down with Freddie Maggard to get his quick analysis on the loss to Mississippi State and what's next heading into the game with UT on Saturday. While the Burnt Orange come off a loss to 8th-ranked Alabama, they did get a win over Georgia and have not lost a game by more than 6 points all season long, and Freddie has UT high in his own rankings.
You have to look at the amount of talent on the roster. Tennessee has, other than Georgia, probably the most future NFL players that Kentucky will see this year. The best football team Kentucky will play all year was Mississippi State.
We'll have more from Freddie tonight at 11. The boys' state soccer tournament starts tonight. One of the semi-state matchups features 2 teams that played each other in the very first game of the regular season, South Laurel and Perry Central. Those two are about to kick off about a half hour from now at Perry. Winner will be part of the Elite 8. The Commodores defeated the Cardinals 3-2 on August 17th in the very first game of the season. The winner will play either Henry Clay or Mercer County. We'll have highlights tonight at 11. Also, Pikeville, the 15th region champs, travel to Rowan County for their semi-state game tonight. Win or go home, of course. The winner of this game gets Bowling Green or Davies County. UPike top plate contender time. Let's start with the WYMT Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week, where we have 2 different guys and 2 different plays, but both from the same team, plus they're both juniors. Yeah, they still got a year left after this. Number 1, Pulaski County, taking on Southwestern, and Jake New picks off Mason Reese. I mean, Reese threw it to like 6 Maroons there. Somebody had to come up with it. New with the pick 6. Same game for the second contender. Our Tanner Hesterberg takes over from here.
Fielded by Johnson. Johnson has 1 rushing touchdown tonight. He'd love to add a return touchdown, and he's got a convoy. And he picks up a block. Jake Johnson, a cherry on top for Pulaski County.
Jake Johnson's 72-yard punt return. Top-ranked Pulaski annihilates their crosstown rival Southwestern. 3rd UPike nominee, Harlan County, looks like a quarterback keeper, but it's actually a throwback. Dylan Cornyn, he's got all kinds of open turf. Get off me, bro. Black Bears shut out Perry Central, and apparently teams just have given up guarding this kid. Kent Phelps did Kent Phelps things against Raceland. 12 carries, 139 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. You see 2 of them. Yeah, he's back in the UPike top place. Surprise not. Last contender, Rockcastle County quarterback Chase McCleary's in trouble, gets out of it, and then finds his man, Dalton Rowe. What a grab. Now to vote on the UPike top play contenders, go to the sports tab on WYMT.com. Click top 5 plays, and of course we'll count them down Thursday at 6. Hope you like the new look. I do. We'll be back after this.